What is up, nutrition nerds, and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about supplements. Now, some supplements can be brilliant when used correctly. They can add a lot of value, but they can also be misused, and they can be unnecessary, and they can cost a lot of money. We're going to run through what a supplement is and give some guidance on the topic to help you decide whether you should use a supplement. And if you decide that you are going to, how to make as safe a decision as possible. Alright, so welcome back to Nutrition Triathlon and to another video. If you're new here, my name is James and I work in family medicine, and I'm currently doing a master's degree in sports and exercise nutrition. And my aim is to bring you high quality, trustworthy information that you can use in your training and your racing. So this video is going to cover supplements as a broad topic. In future videos, we're going to discuss specific supplements, how they work and their pros and cons. But in order to be able to do that properly, I had to make this video. This will be the video I point you to every time I make a new video on supplements. And it will say something like, before we get started, if you haven't already, you need to go and watch my video on supplement guidance first. So what is a supplement? Now, you get lots of different answers on this, but in my eyes, the International Olympic Committee have summed it up pretty well. A food component, nutrient, or non-food compound that is purposely ingested in addition to the habitually consumed diet with the aim of achieving a specific health and/or performance benefit. In short, something that you take specifically for a health or performance gain in addition to your normal diet. So this might be anything from a protein powder to a vitamin D tablet, or a herbal extract to a pre-workout booster. Now, it's important for you to understand that even simple things like a herbal extract might be considered as a supplement, especially if you're looking to compete at a high level and there's a chance of drug testing in your sport. You need to be conscious of what you put in your mouth from both a doping and health perspective. You don't want to put ground up chalk or something gross like that into your porridge. So you know what a supplement is, and maybe you've thought of a few that you already use. But the question is, should you use it? Now, I'm not talking here about something that you've been prescribed by your family doctor. If you've got a medical need for it, that's different. Now, the best way for me to explain this is using one of those good old-fashioned pyramids that you've probably seen used for various other examples, but it works perfectly here as well. You'll see that supplements here are at the top of the pyramid, and that's for good reason. I would suggest that you think of supplements as the finishing touch, something you should only even consider once you've got the basics right. Most supplements that do have evidence to show a performance benefit usually show it in the magnitude of 1 to 3%, which could be brilliant. But the truth is, you'll get a much bigger performance benefit by getting the things below supplements in that pyramid nailed. And as much as I love nutrition, there are other things that you need to get right too, like a training plan, sleep, and recovery. I did a whole video on this, which I've linked at the top of the screen, and if you haven't already, I'd suggest you go and watch that. I talk about this in more depth and go through the fundamentals of training and what you need to do properly. But in short, if you haven't got the basics right, you shouldn't even be considering supplements. And I would strongly encourage a food-first approach here. Consider whether the specific health or performance benefit can actually just be gained through your diet instead. So you've got the basics right, and you think that there's a supplement that you would like to use. What do you need to know in order to make an informed, sensible decision about this? So firstly, it's important to do your research. I've put a link here for you to the International Olympic Committee consensus statement on supplements. There are only a handful of supplements that have clear, proven performance benefits that aren't prohibited. And if you're considering or taking a supplement that they haven't mentioned, then it will be because it doesn't have good evidence for it. And that alone should make you question whether you should take it. Now, I'm not suggesting that you go through that list and pick out ones that you like the sound of, but some of you will already be considering or taking supplements anyway, so this is just purely educational. If you are able to, I would strongly recommend that you chat with a registered nutritionist, ideally someone on the Sports and Exercise Nutrition Register, before you start taking a supplement. Secondly, I would recommend that any supplement you do buy is registered with an anti-doping program like Informed Sport. Products certified by Informed Sport or similar are batch tested to check for any compounds which are on the World Anti-Doping Agency prohibited list. And you should keep a note of the batch code of the supplement you receive. This reduces the likelihood of doping, but it doesn't remove it. And it's so important to highlight that. And it's always the responsibility of the athlete when it comes to doping. So please consider whether a supplement is actually something that you need. Do your research and keep records of that, so that just in case anything happened, you can give evidence to show that you've looked into it properly and weighed up and assessed the risks, with the risk being disqualification from your sport for years and everything else that would come with that. And if you're watching this and you're under 18, please listen to this advice. You do not need to use supplements. You do not need them to get faster, to get stronger, or to put on muscle, despite what brands and famous people might say. Get your daily diet and training right, and that's all you'll need. So that brings us to the end of today's video. That was pretty serious in the end, wasn't it? But anyway, I hope it made sense to you and I hope you found it useful. Supplements really can be great, but it's just so important for people to be aware of the issues around it and be careful. Now, if you've got any questions about it, let me know and I'll be happy to help out. And if you haven't already, then give the video a like and press subscribe to stay up to date with everything that I release. And I'll catch you next time, which, by the way, is a video I'm really looking forward to. It's going to be on a twist of fasted training, which might have some impressive performance benefits. Until then, see ya.